Welcome back to the channel, guys. Well, I'm here with Mossy once more because Mossy, you've been running a Vstrom 800, I want to say DE.
No,
RVE?
don't say that.
RVE?
No.
No, what's it called?
Some people just can't rely on. Cannot get this stuff, can you? It's a Vstrom 800 RE.
RE. I knew it was something to do with R and an E in it somewhere.
I think they call it Road Explorer, don't they?
Okay.
Where the DE was, what was that?
Dual Explorer?
Dual Explorer. Nonsense, all nonsense.
Anyway.
I ran that for a year as well.
Yeah, so you are the Vstrom, the new 800 Vstrom. You've ridden both of them, both for a year. So how many miles have you done on this?
12 and a quarter, so 12,250.
12,250. So if you're interested in the Vstrom 800 RE, part of RV, RE.
RE, for God's sake.
Mossy is the man. He's done 12,000 miles on it, and we're going to basically hear his thoughts of what he's thought to the bike during that time. You've done track days, you've done trips, everything basically.
Yeah, there isn't much I haven't done on this bike, even a tiny bit of off-roading.
So there you go. So if you want to hear his thoughts, set yourself down, get yourself a nice beverage and chopsy. Roll the intro. So where do you want to start with this bike then, mate? After a 12,000 mile review, where are we going to start? What?
Let's tell the story chronologically, shall we?
Yeah, good place.
When I got on the Vstrom 800 DE, the Dual Explorer, that was in Sardinia, I went, you know what, I think I just got out the car park of the hotel and I went, this could be my cup of tea. I'm always on the hunt for a long-term test bike for reasons I'll explain in a minute. And I knew that that would fit the bill. I think I did 8,000 miles on that. But when I got on this at its launch, I knew this would suit me even more. It's got a smaller front wheel, cast wheels, it's a bit cheaper. Same sort of virtues, but more designed for road use. Lower seat height, because the DE troubled me a bit in that respect. I remember
because we did a comparison with the Tenere and your DE, didn't we, previously on the
indeed,
channel? Which I'll link at the top. And I remember you saying in that you found it a bit tall and sometimes it caught you out.
It did.
This is obviously with the smaller front wheel, different suspension.
Yeah,
this is a bit
it's
more...
got shorter travel suspension. Yeah, it's not quite of the same spec, but I've done something to alter that. I just knew straight away that I should at least ask for one, and luckily for me, Suzuki said yes.
Well, first of all, mate, I'm glad to see you cleaned it before we did,
well,
did any of this.
Honestly, I will send you a picture.
It has been cleaned when it was new.
I don't know. Look, I ride it every day. I ride it in all weathers. It's going to get dirty, and on that basis, I sort of think, well, you know what? It's only going to be short term. This
this cleaning business. Yeah, it's going to be dirty again before you know it.
You know what, let's sum it up straight away by saying that it goes back in about 3 weeks' time, and I ought to buy it. It suits my needs, and we'll come to why it suits my needs now. I only ride a bike, I don't drive. I can drive, but I've just decided to go back to 2 wheels. I rely on this bike as my primary form of transport. So it's got to tick lots of boxes. It's got to take me to Tesco's, it's got to take me to Timbuktu, and it's got to take me to track days. I've done one, but I did a track day on the RE as well. Do you remember I did that on Knobblies?
Oh, the DE, you mean?
Yes.
You're at it yourself, that's not just me.
It's you, you're causing the confusion. All right, thank you. Right, Cadwell Park on an adventure. Let's see how this goes. Actually, I know how it goes. It goes way better than it should. Yeah, I need to do it on the inside here, I think. Yeah, good boy. I mean, that's the beauty of this thing. It might be a shop bike, but you can still have a bit of fun on it. Must not crash. I need to take the traction control off, I think, because it's stopping me wheeling over the mountain, which is probably a good thing, actually. You will hear my heavy breathing more and more as the session wears on. Do you know know what? It's wonderfully adequate. Now, that might sound a bit less than complimentary. I'm amazed at how many boxes it ticks. I reckon I've been to Tesco's on it about 50 times.
Yeah.
I've been to the Peak District at least 10. Been to Manchester about 4 or 5 times. Been to Cadwell Park to do the track day, and it just copes with the lot. I've made a few mods to make it better.
Let's talk us through some of these accessories then, mate.
Shall we start at the front, John?
Let's start at the front and work our way back.
Right, Pyramid Plastics fender extender. As you can see, I like to keep my bikes clean. There's no doubt it keeps a lot more of the muck off the pipes.
Yeah.
Does what it should.
Says on the tin.
Suzuki aftermarket official accessory handguards and heated grips. Dunlop Trail Max Meridian tyres. On this occasion I've used quite a few of the other models. GB Racing water pump cover. It looks a bit vulnerable, that does.
Yeah,
and,
it sticks out, doesn't it?
I think given what it does, i.e. keeping the thing cool, any sort of damage to it could be ride ending.
Do I see a nice end can now? What's this you've got?
Now this is a surprise. Yoshimura RS12 end can, bloody expensive, over 1,200 quid, but it changes the personality of the bike quite a lot. Makes it perkier, more exciting, you know, and it makes a nice noise as well. It does when you put the baffle in. You don't get the baffle as standard. It's a bit OTT without it. I've got some Puig crash bongs, which thankfully I've not used. Something recently fitted is this Puig screen, 6.5 inches taller. I can still see over the top of it lots and lots of extra protection. I've got a Tutoro chain oiler, saves me a load of grief. No pipes, no wires, gravity feed, little needle, vibrates and allows oil to flow down to the chain. Saves me a load of bother. Suzuki official luggage, bit bloody pricey to say the least. I mean, I don't know, I think it's getting on for 1,200 quid plus, but you know, it does allow me to carry things securely and keep them remaining dry. Yeah, just going back to what it can do. I mean, Christ, if it can take me to Tesco's and take me to Cadwell Park, you know, it took me all the way there, took all the boxes off, and essentially ran the same bike for 60 laps or however many I did. I think it was about that. Yeah, no bother at all. And do you know what? Apart from ground clearance issues, and let's face it, this wasn't the designer's intention, was it, to have it lap a Lincolnshire circuit as fast as I dared. Apart from wearing out the hero blogs completely, I mean, if you look...
Did you? They've gone completely?
Yeah. In fact, I was quite chuffed yesterday that they do not exist any longer.
I don't think it's just the hero blogs which have gone. I think half the footpeg's gone as well.
A lot of it, but I touched it down yesterday, actually.
Did you
it's funny.
on the road, did you?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just going around the squad. Oh, really? I looked in the mirror and went, oh, you're good. It's a very capable motorbike. Do you know what? It is not a wow bike. At no point do you go, bloody hell, this is amazing. It's not that sort of bike.
Yeah.
It's a doer, you know. This is a bike that you're going to get full value out of because you can ride it in any conditions. I mean, the weather protection's great. As I say, the comfort will sustain the longest of journeys. 200-mile tank range easily.
Really? Wow.
Man, you can do about 240 if you were really careful. I reckon 250 plus if you really wanted to get that from it. Wow. Instrumentation's good. It's got power modes. I never bother with them.
You've said it and forget.
Do you know what? I might have it in B because I think A in town is just a bit sharpish. Yeah.
Suzuki's, they can be that. The A's are a little bit too much, aren't they? And B's normally perfect.
In fact, it would be far easier to tell you what I either don't like about it, which is nothing.
I was going to say, let's hear it.
Nothing, or what I think it could benefit from. And I really do think this.
What can it benefit from?
One thing, cruise control. Yeah. And that's only because I've become a bit pampered of late, I think. I mean, when you've tried a bike with cruise control, it's just nothing afterwards.
There's no going back, is there?
There isn't, So I've seen on some owners' clubs, actually, that I've become familiar with, because that's the sort of bike it is. It's got a bit of a cult following. It's nowhere near as popular as it deserves to be.
Yeah.
And I'll come to one of the reasons why, or a couple of reasons in due course. But yeah, some people have fitted some electronic cruise control.
Right.
So if I was keeping it for a bit longer,
it's possible to do.
It is
definitely.
It's not
completely off the table. If you want it, you can pay.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
I've sacrilegiously forgotten. I put a Hyper Pro aftermarket shock on it. It's got adjustable rebound, damping and preload. Much better support, particularly when you're really pushing it with a pillion at the bottom of a hill, for instance, where the standard one would tend to bottom out. That doesn't. Much more support and compliance. Same story at the front. I've got Hyper Pro progressive springs. They were a bit of a bugger to fit, but they do make a difference.
Did you fit this stuff yourself?
No.
I would be impressed if you had.
I'm told it was a bit tricky to fit.
fit.
Yeah. I fitted the end can myself. It only took me about, in fact, I don't even admit.
It seems like it's on, mate. I'm not quite sure you tighten this particularly.
Well, I did tighten it once, but it's clearly. I'll have to look into that.
That's your engine bolt there as well.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Don't worry about that. Gloss over that.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about there. It's just taken me far and wide, lots of memories. Great bike, great bike. Great but not in the usual sort of context of the word great. Funny thing to describe it. Sort of everything's a bit 8 out of 10, yet it adds up to a score way, way higher than all those 8s put together, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's quite relaxing to use because the brand gives you plenty of room. It's a good bloody bike, despite its design not being, appropriate. It's a good bike. Fucking hell, I told you I'd be puffing and puffing. My second gear there, I don't want that, do I now? It's well mannered and predictable, that's the thing. I mean, another thing of course with this is it's the ultimate underdog bike. If somebody passes you, you lose no cred. If you pass them, right, I don't know where I'm planning to get this guy, but he's on a TL1000R, I think. Right, bottom of the mountain. I shouldn't be up his chuff here, I should measure it, so right, let's have a go here. Oh, you fucker, that's what happens if you're a bit too ambitious at the wrong time. I've had a few crashes round here in my time, I'll tell you. Right, stay out, get to the right, chuck it over. Right, I need to get this guy straight away here. Right, that's it, good.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons, and I'm going to mention a Mr. James Sharp at this point. He's a PR guy. Never mind, he's actually better than that sort of job title suggests. He suggested if they'd called it a Dr. Big or something. Yeah. Vstrom, I think, has unfortunate connotations with just being a bit dull and a bit lackluster. Get one.
Budget as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
but budget. Everyone thinks V-Strom. Nothing to get excited about.
Yeah. But listen, I've had two 650s as long termers. I've had a 1050 XT as a long termer. This is easily the best of the lot. Really? The balance is just right. The engine. I haven't mentioned that yet.
No, we've not even talked about the engine yet.
Right, how many bikes have I ridden? I mean, I've been a journo for bloody 30 years. There's been more than a few.
Well, I was completely out on how many tracks you'd ridden, so I'm not even going to guess how many bikes you've ridden. Hundreds and hundreds, I'd imagine.
There's going to be a few.
Yeah.
Right, this is a bold thing to state. In context, for its capacity, the job that it's expected to do, this is one of the best engines I've tried.
Wow.
It's just got really usable mid-range. It's got an immediacy on the throttle. When you do that, you get a response. There's no searching for more RPM or a drop in a gear. Do you know what? The number of times when I've looked down at the gear digital gear indicator to see 6 when I expected to see 4 or 5 at least,
wow.
because of the level of pull. Every time I ride it, including this time, and I mean, bloody hell, 12,000 miles is a few rides, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've gone, bloody great engine, you know, every single time. It's the same one fitted in the RE, the DE, the 8S and the 8R.
Yeah. It is. I mean, I've well, as you know, we both did the launch on the 8R. It is so much drive, so much torque,
Oh man,
isn't there?
just
it's
utterly fantastic.
Not much at the top, but that doesn't really matter on this sort of bike,
It's
does it?
the only place where the throttle response isn't quite as immediate, but you're going fast enough already by then.
Yeah.
Somebody's had a good think about this engine. 82 horsepower on paper, that should be dull as.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all, because it's just got torque, flexibility, real world guts.
Yeah.
Right, here's something that it doesn't do, yet some people claim it does. I don't think it vibrates, this engine. Some people have claimed that they've got numb legs as a result of this vibration. All I can say is I've talked to a few other people, like me, they've had no issue with it.
Shy, is that what you're saying?
Say again?
You're saying they're talking shy?
I just find it difficult to understand where they're coming from. And some people say that the heat from the engine is overwhelming as well. I've never had that. I haven't ridden it in massively high temperatures, but no, not had a hint of it. So I don't know. Some people are fussier than others, obviously. But no, it's not been a problem for me at all. They've gone to they're in Lincolnshire somewhere. Yeah, just, I mean, they sort of were down here and just went, bzz. I did a Paul Daniels on them. I made them disappear like.
Right, you've got to be super careful when you start coming across traffic lights. Quite good at braking, these people. Whoops, that was a bit shit. And the problem is, of course, he's got the fucking power to properly... Right, let's do him here. Ah, come on. You've got to be super careful with that corner, I'll tell you. Right. Come on, fucks. That's your problem. I mean, back in the day, I mean, a ballsy bloke would just fucking stuff it up the inside there, but my balls are back in the van, I think. Right, fuck off.
The fact is, it's a brilliant motorbike. It really is. From an absolutely real-world point of view, you know, for all manner of different duties, you'd be hard pushed to find something just as competent and capable. You know what? Another thing I like about it, you can push it about easy. You know, it's just easy to live with.
Yeah.
And look, I'm getting an NT 1100 next. That's a bit bigger and heavier, which counts against it quite often. It's got more guts, and I'm going to like it because I've had one before and I've asked for it, which is always good. Well, it's always good when they say yes. Asking's not always good. It's only good if they respond in the right fashion. I'm going to enjoy that, and I'm going to enjoy the versatility of that. But bloody hell, this is a very hard bike to match when it comes to just the real world, you know, really, really good. Info, press that. Yeah, look, you can...
Warning. See if there's any warnings. This is a...
Warning list. Northerner at the helm.
No warnings at all.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
no. So we had an engine light come on for a few seconds, and that was it. It was the only issue you've ever had, and that was just...
Absolutely. Oh, look, you can adjust the brightness. Day and night. Can you adjust day and night? Can I make it go dark now and... make me say, oh, look at that. I mean, I've only had it a year. I mean, come on.
It's never even been in the menu before.
Units, date, time.
I think all this...
Default settings, system info. What's that?
You could argue all this technology, mate, it could be wasted on you. That could be a fair comment.
Do you know what? One day we'll debate technology
Yeah.
and electronics a bit more, because I'm for the first time, because I'm a big fan normally, but for the first time I think they're trying to do too much for you, you know.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that on another day, but yeah, I've tried a few bikes and I've just gone, mate, what are you doing? You know, I don't want that. Right, turn it off. It says it's 20 degrees. You lying get.
What is interesting is you've obviously used this all-weathers,
Yeah.
minimal maintenance washing.
Yeah.
And you know, there's no
The
furry
finish is,
bolts.
it's
The
not
finish
bad.
on things isn't bad, is
It's
it?
not bad.
Considering you've done absolutely nothing, and we've had a really extended winter and gritting.
Been quite a bit of salt it's ridden through.
They're still gritting now, and we're end of April.
Yeah.
No, end
No,
of
March, steady.
Wishing the month away.
But yeah, it doesn't burn any oil at all.
Have you even checked the oil level?
I do, and I'm confident now that I could tip it over.
Go on then.
I'll tell you a story about that once, actually, off camera. There's a small prayer being said here.
Here it
No, there's
comes.
loads in it. And
Here
look
we
at the
go.
colour of it as well. It's nice and golden. Listen, I checked it.
3 years ago. 6 months ago, and it was fine.
It's not. It doesn't have superbike speed. It doesn't have superbike specialness. But it has a level of satisfaction that is hard to beat. Really, really good.
I know people who also own these and really rate them. You know,
I'm not
really
surprised.
rate them.
And I'm glad to hear it,
Yeah,
you know.
I think it's one of those bikes that it's overlooked because of what it's called.
Yeah.
How it looks, maybe.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
a little bit dull.
Listen, you're not going in that pub of an evening, are you? Going, "Oof." You're not strutting in and going, I've got a V-Strom.
But if you ride it and live with it, it's something, I think endearing.
Endearing, good word.
Endearing's the word,
Good
isn't it?
word, yeah. But again, in a measured way, you know.
Yeah.
There are other endearing motorbikes that have a wow factor. This doesn't, but it's sort of, less is a bit more, you know.
I borrowed the DE
Yeah.
for a couple of weeks, not last year, year before, I think. And
Yeah.
I rode it round and I did a few trips on it, had to take
Yeah.
some luggage on the
Yeah.
back, even did a little bit of light gravel green
Yeah.
laning
Yeah.
on it. And it gets under your skin.
Oh, man.
It does get
Yeah.
under your skin, doesn't it? It's something...
Proper motorbike.
Oh, I can't say what it was, but it's just got this, all, like I say, more than the sum of its parts. It all adds up to something that gets under your skin.
Yeah.
And I could see myself sort of
Yeah.
falling in love with it.
In a measured way, yeah.
You know, we're not.
I don't open the garage door,
No,
but,
of course.
you know, and I don't go, I'm going away on my V-Strom. I look forward to what it can do and the fact that it can take me far and wide. There's a lovely man, Paul Saby at Suzuki GB. Lovely man. He summed it up better than anyone else once by saying it's an egg and chips bike. You know, and that does sum it up. There's a taste to it. There's a what's the word beginning with F? When you eat food, you feel fortified by it.
Yeah.
There's, you know, it does what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna order egg and chips in a cafe and feel too excited about it, but they know damn well it's going to be tasty, satisfying.
And they're going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just feel better for having had it. It's difficult for me to rave to other motorcyclists about it because we're all geared towards performance, aren't we? Or a bit of exclusivity or a bit of wow factor. Doesn't have any of that. But it's all the better for sort of not needing to rely on that, you know?
Yeah.
This is such a capable motorbike.
So I guess the story is if you're looking for this sort of middleweight adventure bike, you've got some distance you've got to do, you've got to actually use your bikes, then definitely make sure you test ride one.
I mean, I don't know whether I'm insulting it by saying this, but as a form of transport, it's bloody brilliant.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just because of all this box ticking and the fact that you can just rely on it. I mean, here's the thing. The engine light came on for about 2 seconds. Well, it did until I stopped and switched the ignition on again. And it was like, my God, major flaw. It's been so dependable, you know, for everything. I know that I can bank on it.
Yes.
That's the best thing, you know. Its assured capability is without question. Look, I'm going to stop raving because raving isn't appropriate. It's, you know, it's not a rave bike.
Yeah.
but it's a bloody brilliant tool.
Cool.
You know, we'll leave it at that. It's like a multi-tool.
Multi to fit
Yeah.
for every purpose.
Yeah, big style, big style.
Well, there we go. Thanks very much. Maybe when you got your new Honda, your new
Oh, we'll-
NC1100,
yeah.
we'll do a little
Yeah.
follow-up on how you're getting on with
Oh,
that
without
as
question,
well.
yeah, without
Yeah.
question.
But thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you later.
Cheers.